Hello children, welcome back to our next session on the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. Children, this session we'll be studying more about the cropping patterns, about fertilizers and manures and many other things in that chapter. So I hope you have gone through the previous modules. So in this module, whatever cropping patterns, there are different types of cropping patterns in our country. On what basis are these cropping patterns selected? What are the different irrigation techniques and what all improvements can be done in the field of irrigation? All these will be dealt in this session. So let us see the modules and let us learn about the important things. Thank you. To provide these essential nutrients to the soil, the farmers have to add manures or fertilizers. What are manures? Manures you have already learned in 8th standard. They are prepared by the decomposition of plant and animal wastes. It contains organic matter, it contains nutrients, it increases the fertility of the soil, and it also reduces the use of fertilizers. Why? Because we can recycle the farm waste and we can protect the environment. Instead of using all sorts of chemicals, if we use these organic components for increasing the fertility of the soil, definitely the soil's fertility will be retained for a more period of time. There are two main types of manures. They are compost manure and green manure. Compost manure is an ordinary manure that all the farmers know how to prepare. They prepare a big pit, and in that pit, they put all the wastes, the plant waste, animal waste, their kitchen waste, farm waste, after harvesting agricultural waste, by animals dying, their dead bodies, or even the earthworms are added. So that it becomes a compost or a vermicompost, and that can be prepared by all the farmers in their fields because it is rich in organic matter and nutrients. Then what is this green manure? Green manure means before sowing the seeds in the fields, some green plants are grown by the farmer, like sun hemp, guar, etc. are mixed in the soil and they are plowed. These plants are then crushed. That means how are they crushed? By using their tractors. They are crushed completely and they are turned into green manure. But then this green manure is very helpful for the soil because it provides nitrogen and phosphorus to the plants. So I hope children you have understood what is manure. Manure is something that is organic. It's prepared by the decomposition of plant waste and animal waste. It consists of nutrients. The major advantage of a manure is that you can avoid the usage of fertilizers because fertilizers are after all chemicals. And two main types of manures are there. They are the compost and the green manure. Compost can also include vermicompost, that is by introducing the worms like earthworms, redworms, etc. The farmers are digging big pits and they are putting all the wastes in that. The earthworms are also introduced into that, and in due course of time, that soil will become very rich and very fertile. It can be used as a manure for the crops. Then what is green manure? The farmers are growing two plants exclusively for this purpose, like sun hemp and guar. They are the two plants. They are grown and then they are plowed completely by using tractors. They are crushed completely and that is called green manure. And then that green manure is added to the soil and the soil becomes rich in nitrogen and in phosphorus. Fertilizers. Fertilizers are also chemical substances. Fertilizers are chemical substances, but they are made by the farmer commercially. Commercially means in the factories. They are very good. They supply nitrogen, they supply phosphorus, potassium, and they increase the crop yield also. But fertilizers, you should be very careful because they should be used only in the required amount. Because excess amount of usage of fertilizers will lead to air pollution or soil pollution and water pollution. And it is very harmful for the farmer also if he does not know how to use it without covering his nose or mouth, like nowadays we are covering by using a mask. So for using a fertilizer also, the farmers have to take due care, otherwise it is harmful for his health. Not only that, he should know what is a dosage that he should use. He cannot just randomly put it in the field, whereas manure, even if it is slightly excess, no harm, no serious harm will be there. But fertilizers, they have to know the dosage, they have to know how to put, when to put, because excess amount, if it is poured, they will just flow into the nearby water bodies or into the soil and they will decrease the fertility of the soil, and they can also cause water pollution, soil pollution. the soil can also become more and more saline. But they are chemical substances that are produced commercially. But they can definitely increase the crop yield. So if you compare manures and fertilizers, children, manures, maybe the yield will be slightly lesser. But then fertilizers, maybe when you use the fertilizers, yield will be more. Definitely, yes. But then in the long run, for a longer period, the benefit of the manure is definitely more than that of the fertilizers. Means the manures have got long-term benefits, whereas fertilizers have got only short-term benefits. Now we come to the next concept or next topic in the crop production management, that is irrigation. I told you about three important things. I told you about the production of the crops. Crop production involves all these stages by using manures, by irrigation, and the other one is cropping patterns. Cropping patterns is our next topic. Now it is irrigation. What do you mean by irrigation? Irrigation means supplying of water to the crops. That is called irrigation. Now, you know that water is very much essential for the proper growth of plants, and it also helps to increase the yield. Different types of irrigation systems are there in our country. There are wells are used, canals are used, river lift system. River lift system means water is lifted from the rivers and irrigating the nearby fields. Tanks are there. Tanks are storage reservoirs where water is stored and then water is supplied to the nearby fields. Check dams are there. Check dam, you all know dams are there, check dams. That is also used to stop the rainwater from flowing away, and it helps to increase the groundwater level. So these are the various methods, but they are all traditional methods, or they are also used now also. Apart from that, more technological methods are improving. Sprinkler irrigation you have learned. Drip irrigation you have learned in 8th standard. These are certain scientific methods which only a rich farmer can afford to do. But otherwise, wells, canals, river lift system, tanks, check dams, etc. are the various modes of irrigation in our country. Now we go to the next most important part of crop production management, that is cropping pattern. What do you mean by cropping pattern? Say different ways, there are different ways for growing a crop. What is the ultimate aim of the farmer? To get maximum benefit. So what are the different patterns that he is taking up? He is taking up mixed cropping, he is taking up intercropping, or he is taking up crop rotation. What do you mean by mixed cropping? Mixed cropping means growing 2 or more crops simultaneously in the same land. Like wheat along with gram is grown together. Wheat along with mustard is grown together, or groundnut and sunflower are grown together. Can you tell me the advantage? Yes, the advantage is that even if one crop fails due to some reason, maybe the rain is not proper, maybe the harvesting was, maybe the soil is not proper, or maybe some animals came and ate it, whatever be the reason, maybe one crop failed, but then the farmer always has the second crop. He is not losing it fully. He is not losing the money fully that he has invested for the agriculture. So what does mixed cropping mean? Mixed cropping means simultaneously means at the same time growing 2 or more crops in the same field. Look at the advantages. He is getting 2 types of crops, more yield, more types of crops he is growing, definitely more money also. And what is the advantage? Another advantage, that even if one crop fails, it also reduces the risk that he has to suffer. Okay. The next cropping pattern is intercropping. Intercropping is also almost same like mixed cropping. That is also growing 2 or more crops simultaneously. But then there is a difference in the arrangement. What is that? In the same field they are grown, but alternate rows. For example, if maize is grown in one row, in another row soya bean is grown. If millet is grown in one row, in another row cowpea is grown or beans are grown. So crops with different nutrient requirements are only selected, and this also helps in using all the nutrients in the soil, and it prevents any feeling of competition. You know, different crops have got different nutrient requirement. So they all utilize the nutrients whichever they want, and prevents the spreading of diseases to all the plants of the same crop. Here also the risk factor is very much reduced. So what is intercropping? Intercropping means growing 2 or more crops simultaneously, but in alternate rows, in different rows. Suppose one row, first row is one crop, second row will be another crop. Here also advantages are more. They all can get the nutrients and they also prevent the spreading of diseases. Now we go to the third cropping pattern, that is crop rotation. Very important method. What do you mean by crop rotation? Crop rotation means growing different crops in the same field in succession. That means in suppose first year he has grown paddy. Next year he will grow some leguminous crop. Then again third year he will grow paddy. Fourth year, again, he will grow leguminous crop because leguminous crops, increase the fertility of the soil. They have got the ability to fix nitrogen to the soil. So because of that, the soil's fertility is increased. So they alternate. So the farmer does not grow all the crops together like the other two patterns. But suppose one year he has grown rice. Next year, he will grow a leguminous crop. Then again next year when he grows rice, he will find that the soil's fertility is retained and the soil is becoming more and more fertile, and so his production of rice also increases. 3 crops also can be grown in a year profitably, means one season. Season wise it is according to one season, suppose he is growing rice, another season he is growing say leguminous crop, and third season he is growing some groundnut or something. So in this way it will be done in a nice pattern. Okay, so without creating any damage to the crops.